What's up, everybody? ArrgThePirate here, and today we're going to play a little Xing Tian in the duo lane. Now, I have not played a whole lot of Conquest with him, but I like him, guys. And if y'all remember that video I did a while back, I definitely like him. But first, let's go over the build I'm going to use for him. Now, I have Guardian's Blessing, Meditation Cloak, Shoes, and Chalice of Healing for my first 1500 gold. And then I'm going to go into Reinforced Shoes, Hide of the Lion, Pestilence, Shoguns, Emperor's Armor, and Ethereal Staff, which I end up trading out Guardian's Blessing for that very late game. And then I've got Chalice of the Oracle, Elixir of Defense, Sentry Wards, and Wards, so I remember to use those on the bottom. Now, Emperor's Armor, I decided to try that in case I wanted to dive a tower or something like that. Now, I've never used the Emperor's Armor before, and I was kind of thinking, hey, it might be really good for defending, towers, or if you just want to dive a tower, hey, that might really help out. Like I said, I've never used it. I just really wanted to try it. I'm really trying to learn all the other items, and, the best way to learn them is to just play with them, see how you like them, see how they affect the gods that you're using. Now, we had that early game death. Me and my ADC definitely had a miscommunication there, but hey, we're going in. I'm trying to peel out this Uller, so, he's the threat we really need to worry about being under tower. They're going to go for our buffs, which, hey, that's unfortunate, but, we can't really contest that with my ADC being as low as he is, and that's quite alright. We just need to kind of keep an eye on them. I'm actually going to head into the jungle and see maybe they're going for our damage, and if we get some rotation and you see our jungler is actually heading over, if we could get some rotation, we might be able to get some great kills here. Now, they are going in on Void, so let's make something happen. And sure enough, we get a big rotation. We're gonna end up taking out their support, and then I'm gonna chase down this Uller a little bit, maybe if I can get a root or a stun on him, but I'm just gonna leave that. I don't have a whole lot to chase with. My team's going to chase him down, though, and with a couple of stuns and, Daji's ability to just catch up to people, she's able to take them out. And since I actually peeled off and went into this lane, we're going to get this lane set in the right direction. I do really need to start stacking up my Guardian's Blessing, but, hey, is what it is. We're going to get a little bit of farm here and hopefully get this lane under tower and make up for that early game death that we had. Now, while everything's kind of stagnant right now, let's go over his kit. Now, Xing Tian gains a stack of Smoldering Rage, which is his passive every time he hits an enemy with an ability. For each stack of Rage, he gains HP 5, lasting 18 seconds. You can get a total of 12 stacks, and you get HP 5 per 3 stacks. So really, using that one, you can just gain a ton of health back by hitting, just a line of minions or something like that. Now that leads us to his number 1, Ferocious Roar. Xing shouts from his chest with great force, damaging enemies and reducing their basic attack damage. Enemies also take damage over time based on their maximum health. And it's really just kind of a line dot damage, but you can really use that to stack up the Smoldering Rage. Next up is his 2 Hook Slam. He first launches into the air, attacking with his axe, knocking up opponents into the air before slamming them back down into the ground, rooting them. And this is just kind of a big cone AoE, and then when you slam down, it's a circle AoE around you. This is an awesome CC. You get into that team fight, you can knock everybody up, slam them, and then use your ultimate. I'm a fan of this guy. Skycutter Axe is his 3. Xing leaps forward, dealing damage to enemies when he lands. He may leap again within 3 seconds. While in the air, Xing has increased protections, which are refreshed when he connects with a target. And you can leap. You can leap several times with this attack. It's really, you can use it to close a distance or, just advance, just kind of reposition yourself. Lastly, we have his ultimate, Whirlwind of Rage and Steel. Like, doesn't even, that even sounds bad, but Xing hits an enemy with his axe, hooking them and spinning them on it up to 3 times in succession before throwing them. And you throw them in the direction you're facing. So really, you can use your 3, close that distance, hit your 4, throw the enemies out, and then when they land, hit them with the 2. You know, that's kind of the combo I'm trying to go for. And, you know, that's a ton of CC. You can split the enemy team up while throwing, you know, maybe their back lane or throwing their supporting heroes out in the front or behind your team, and either have your team delete them or basically, you know, remove their front line, and hey, their back line's wide open. So you can really use this tool to just displace heroes. You know, in a way, he does remind me of Sevarog, although, you know, with that huge displacement, although, you know, his kit's nothing like Sevarog at all, but, you know, just kind of that idea of how you played him. Use that 2 or use your 3 to get on the other side of the enemy, and then try to throw them into your team. Now from here, I'm going to rotate to mid lane, and Zhonghui, man, I made a video over him, but I forgot his name already. You don't see him that much, but we're gonna head over. We tried to do a little bit of work, but we weren't all that successful. And I'm actually going to head in and try to come in behind him. Hopefully, me and Giannis can make something happen here, and I kind of see him going in, so I'm gonna head in. He ends up stunning me, and it all feels bad. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't think that I actually went into the tower there, and I'm gonna end up going down. So I get my my second death, you know, and I took that tower hit, which was absolutely huge, and I really should have avoided that. But, you know, hey, it's kind of, you know, that's kind of my thing. I like starting off rough and thinking they have a chance, and then we come back and destroy them later. Now, once I get back into lane, you know, my ADC does manage to actually take one of them out. You know, he takes out that Uller, which is absolutely huge. And I'm going to go ahead and help drop red buff. You know, I'm not going to push that lane by myself. And hopefully by dropping red buff, you know, you can see I hold that alt, my left alt, and then click where, you know, I want people to go. And sure enough, someone headed over and was able to pick up that red. And, you know, from here, we're just going to kind of look around, see if we want to make something happen. I see something going down in mid, so I'm going to head over there, and hopefully we can actually get something. I tried to throw that Athena under our tower. Oh, feels bad. But, hey, is what it is. We got a decent amount of poke on those gods, so hopefully that can back them off. And, you know, our team got out, so, hey, that's great. But I'm going to defend mid lane a little bit, you know, until our Giannis can show back up and actually, you know, take this out. I want to avoid as much poke on the tower as I can. Now, once Giannis shows up, I got to get to my dual lane. Hong and Athena, you know, they came over here. They invaded our jungle, and I need to make sure that he's staying safe. Athena was right there, and then I see our ADC going into you know, going into that red, and then, you know, Athena shows up, so I want to be over there just to be sure. Now, I did try to dodge around that red, but it dropped. If I would have ran in a straight line, it dropped there. I didn't mean to pick up a red. And if you saw, our ADC actually has Void, which, you know, hey, is what it is. Now, I'm going to go in on Athena, and you can see I use that ultimate. I grab her again. We're able to kind of displace her. Giannis is chasing her down. He ends up snagging that kill, but their jungler shows up, and, you know, Basset's tons of damage very, very quick, but, you know, she's that in and out hero, so we just need to avoid her. I'm gonna peel as much as I can for Giannis, and hopefully we can both get out safely. Sure enough, you know, we're able to get out. You know, it worked like a champ. Let him get back in lane. I'm just going to cover mid lane while he's returning. Now, once we get mid lane secured, I'm actually going to back and put on, or finish off my second item. And now I've got that damage return, which is absolutely amazing. And I did pick up wards, but I gotta head to mid lane. Hong is here. Let's hopefully be able to take him out. He does end up immuning that knockup and everything, but I'm not letting him get away. Sure enough, we're able to take him out. And, you know, as a Guardian, I don't like, you know, taking these heroes out. And Athena, you know, we ended up grabbing her, and we got the kill for that as well, which I would have really liked my jungler or my mid laner to get those kills. You know, I don't believe in kill stealing, but as far as farm, you know, as far as farm's concerned, I would rather have them get that farm over me. But hey, we're 2-2-3, so you know we've been involved in 5 kills so far, and we're farming up pretty well. But again, I would definitely like to see our damage dealers getting that farm, because as a Guardian, I really don't need as much. You know, my whole thing is I'm just kind of in the way, so I'd rather be in the way less time and let those damage dealers get that farm. Now, we start heading to mid lane, and, you know, we've got an engagement going down, and we're going to head in. We take out Athena. You know, she gets absolutely deleted. And then, you know, their Basset went down as well, so, you know, great. And then I'm actually going to stay engaged in this mid lane. You know, I thought we were all backing off of that, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Giannis ends up going down there, which, you know, is unfortunate, but we are keeping Hong. You know, we're keeping him stunned and everything like that. That allows our team to collapse and take him out as well. So we end up picking off 3 of them for 1 of us, which that's a huge play. And from here, we need to pick up Gold Fury. Now, it would have been nice to have a little bit more of a collapse on gold, but that's quite all right. Me and our ADC are able to take it out, but Athena shows up, and, you know, we got to do something. I'm trying my best to peel for our ADC. You know, we need to get out. I'd rather die than have them than him die. So let's get out. You know, let's retreat. And you can see I'm keeping them stunned, everything like that. I'm running away. You know, I need to get out. And our ADC goes in, and he's able to delete both Basset and that Athena. Ullr shows up and takes him out. You know, I feels bad, but hey, I gotta get out. You know, there's no point in me staying in this fight. I'm definitely going to go down if I do. Giannis can deal with Ullr as much as he can, but hey, you know, that was a decent trade. A support and a jungler for an ADC. You know, that was a decent trade, and we picked up gold in the process. So, you know, it definitely wasn't the worst thing ever, but you know, is what it is. Now I'm going to finally put on Pestilence, you know, get that anti-heal online, and hopefully start shutting down some of those other gods. I haven't seen Chalk at all this game, but, you know, that Zong or Hong, he definitely has a heal, so, you know, this is going to be good to kind of keep him from, you know, just healing through a fight. Now I'm heading over to Ward Red, and Hong is here. You know, he's here right now, so hopefully we can deal with him. I tried to get the last hit onto Red right there, but we just missed it. Oh, feels bad. Our ADC shows up and does some work, but hey, we've got to be very, very careful. Daji's here, and you know, I'm waiting for them to go back. You know, I've actually got Daji mastered. I really have not figured out how her ultimate works exactly, because every time I'm waiting for someone to show up around there, I always miss it. But we're staying engaged in mid, which I didn't realize my team had already backed off. So, you know, is what it is. I go ahead and pop that cloak just to be sure, and we're going to stay here in mid and kind of defend it and get ready for this, you know, push back, because there is a pretty big team presence. Now we do get into this team fight here in the jungle, kind of. You know, I'm going in, starting it off. Hopefully we can make something happen. Giannis, oh, look at the damage he's got, guys. You know, so we're gonna go try to chase these down. Chalk is here, so I'm gonna try my best to deal with him. And, you know, I don't have my ultimate anymore, but that's quite alright. You know, we're just a body right now. We do have our CC, so, you know, if we get close to somebody, we can actually knock them up. Sure enough, we end up getting both of them right there, and that's absolutely huge. You can see Chalk used his rain, but hey, we've got Pestilence online, guys. You know, they're not getting near the heals that they would have. We're able to shut both of them down. That's absolutely huge. You know, that's a huge play right there. I'm going to go ahead and dive this tower a little bit. I'm thinking maybe we can actually get some damage on it, but once they show up, you know, hey, we got to get out. Now, I was going to back off here, you know, hopefully my team just gets out, and then I see, you know, hey, they're kind of heading around. Athena's here. Maybe we need to, you know, actually kind of peel for our team a little bit. You know, if I need to sacrifice myself, I will. It would have been a great time for us to get out earlier, but, you know, is what it is. We end up grabbing one of those fox, wolf, cats, whatever it is. Basset's ultimate. And, you know, hey, we just stayed in that fight way too long. You know, we really should have all backed off once we kind of pushed into the tower. We should have got out of there. And, you know, again, my team is still staying in. And, you know, it feels bad, man. But hopefully everybody can get out and make it back to base. I'm slowly getting to the point where, hey, if something's happening and I don't really like it, I'm just leaving. So, you know, really, at this point, you know, we're doing very, very good. But staying in those fights, that's just asking for them to kill us. So let's just back out when, you know, we have a good opportunity to. Now, we head to our mid lane, and you can kind of see there's definitely some presence here. Ulr's here. You know, I really want to grab this Ulr. I really want to grab him. And, you know, sure enough, Dodgy hits him. But, again, I don't know. Maybe that's like beads or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But a lot of the times with Dodgy, you're like, hey, she's hooked somebody. Let's stand right here. But it doesn't work out that way. Now, our ADC is going in on Gold Fury solo, and guys, I'm really, really anti-soloing these team-wide objectives, because a lot of the times it either gets you killed or you lose that objective, and it's just never worth it. But, you know, hey, he ends up going down there. It feels bad. I'm gonna stay engaged on this, you know, because Giannis is here, and, you know, we're just staying engaged on these fights when we should be retreating. You know, we should be getting out of these situations, especially now. It's a 3v5 match right now, and we really need to get out. We're gonna end up going down there. You know, and really, guys, this is me trying to, you know, help my team, you know, help be that guardian, but, you know, we're staying way too deep in their jungles, or we're soloing these in-game objectives, and you can see it almost never turns out in our favor. Now, once we finally do spawn back in, we're really out of the laning phase. You know, even though we've got some T1s up, we're just completely out of our laning phase. The enemy team is still kind of in theirs. So, you know, that's quite all right. And we end up picking up our Void Camp, and then we head to mid. And I'm actually going to blink through this wall, and then we grab Chalk, and you can see we displace him right into the middle of our team. And, you know, hey, that's huge. We end up almost taking him down, but, you know, hey, it just wasn't quite enough. And then that Giannis ultimate, oh, it deletes him, guys. And you can see Athena's here. You know, she didn't have a chance. And again, we're going to kind of assault this mid lane. And this is really, you know, this is the second time this situation has happened. And this is where I'm going, hey, I'm gonna put on that Emperor's armor, because, you know, I might be able to dive this tower a little bit with this. All of us here, you know, I could have dove that tower, and, you know, I might have taken a lot of damage or something like that. But I felt with all 5 of us there, we could have deleted that tower. But hey, you know, we're gonna try it out. Hopefully we run into another situation like this. Now, since we're not going to dive that tower, you know, we need to back off. We need to go for a side objective. Sure enough, we pick up the Pyromancer, and, you know, that's huge. That's picking the Pyromancer up, you know, that allows us to get in the lane much, much faster. I end up trying to ward the Fire Giant, and, oh, man, they collapsed on Fire Giant like crazy. So we're going to get out. You know, I do have that ward down, so I can kind of see where they are. And I'm very concerned about them picking up Fire Giant right now. And with my team all backing after we picked up Pyromancer, you know, that's not good. And you can see they are engaging onto Fire Giant. So hopefully our team collapses. I get absolutely deleted there. You know, oh, feels bad. But hopefully my team can clean this up. You know, we were a decent distraction for a little bit. We end up losing our ADC as well, and, you know, it's not looking great, but hopefully we've got enough damage on them to where they're not going to be able to just turn around and pick Fire Giant up. You know, that's kind of what I'm hoping. Luckily, the enemy team wasn't able to secure fire, so we might have lost our Guardian and our Hunter, but we kept fire out of their hands. You know, it definitely wasn't the best thing, but if we wouldn't have gone in there, they probably would have most definitely picked up fire, since all of us went back after Pyromancer. But, you know, you can see my team's here, and they're doing work. They're able to take out Chalk, and we end up missing our stun there. You know, I guess during Hong's that ability where he swirls around. You can't stun him, but, you know, is what it is. I'd really like to get out of this situation, and, you know, Daji ends up taking Hong out, which, you know, that's pretty big, and I'm very, very low, though, so I've got to be careful. I'm keeping these stuns on Athena. We're going to end up ulting her right into this wall, and we take her out. You know, that's huge. We got rid of their front line, but I'm almost dead. I'm going to go back in. Uller ends up getting a quad kill. Yeah. Oh, man. That feels bad. You know, I really, you know, pentakill. Pentakill. I forgot he got a pentakill. Really, guys, you know, we're staying in these situations where, you know, we're way too aggressive. You know, we were in between towers at one point. As the Guardian, you know, I feel responsible to get into that fight, you know, be that front line, even though I know it's a bad idea. And you saw, I'm running away several times, and that last time I turned around, you know, I had 3 health. I should have left. But really, you know, we shouldn't have been there. Once we got a kill or 2, we should have backed off. But instead, we just stayed in that fight until we were all dead. And if you've noticed, every single time we've gotten to a situation like that, it's the exact same thing has happened. We stay into a fight until we're all dead, and that's it's just not, it's not good. But from here, we're actually going to end up saving this tower. We take out their Basset, which is, you know, that's a big play. We end up getting a double stun there, and we take out Chalk and Athena. You know, so we did flip this around. We're all back, and they're all dead. But still, you know, after that, you know, pentakill that we just completely gave to their Uller, you know, that we need to start working on positioning, retreating when we should retreat, everything like that. You know, that's absolutely huge. Now, you can see we end up diving this tower, although I'm not the one taking the hits. Yeah, my Emperor's armor it's doing work. And so, you know, hey, that's absolutely great. And we're going to end up kind of hanging out under this tower. You know, I didn't want to dive this Phoenix. I really didn't. Their team, they're spawning back in, you know, and again, we're just out of position right here. You know, we need to back up. We need to get back because we've lost every single fight that's been this way. Now, luckily, my team does break up this time. We're going to actually head over to the solo lane. If you see here, Emperor's Armor back at work, guys. You know, which you could do that without Emperor's Armor, but still, you know, we took a lot less damage. I think, you know, Emperor's Armor is nice, but I think there's probably better options. Now, we're going to head over to this team, and we grab Uller. We're going to throw them against the wall, and, you know, Daji gets her stuff off. We're going to go ahead and ult, and on that ground slam, we end up taking them out. I end up using my cloak, and we get a couple more kills. You know, we're in this fight though, and we end up going down, you know, almost in the exact same spot as last time. But hey, it's a much different story this time. You know, we kind of chose the time and the place. I guess, you know, it's 3 for 5. And my team came out on top of that. And hopefully we'll be able to push some more. You know, we did take out that tier 2 as well. So, you know, it's 3 for 5 plus a tower. And, you know, if I would have got out, you know, it would have been very bad for some of our other teammates as well. But hey, you know, it worked out pretty decently. I'm going to end up getting rid of my starter item and throwing on some more power, and then hopefully we can get this match wrapped up. Now, once we spawn back in, I'm actually going to head over to our dual lane side and kind of get it warded. You know, we don't have any vision on them, and we help secure red, and then I go to the Gold Fury, and then we see, hey, they're over close to the Fire Giant. Let's head that way, see if we can make something happen. Sure enough, they've got a ward here, and then their Uller's here. I'm going to go ahead and get a stun on him, you know, start doing some work on him. We poke him down a little bit. We end up wasting our ultimate there. Oh, feels bad, man. If I would have had it right here, too, oh, it'd have been so nice. But we end up taking out Chalk pretty easily. And then, you know, Athena's next to go. You know, there's their front line. I'm going to stay engaged on Hong. You know, Hong is a pretty, you know, terrifying hero. Or terrifying god, rather. You know, so we want to stay engaged on him. Uller's kind of getting caught out. I'm letting him tank me, or letting him focus on me while my team's hitting him in the side. You know, that's absolutely huge. From here, you know, I'm just gonna back. You know, I've got 3 health. Let's go ahead and back, and then we can get in the lane. You know, that was almost a team wipe, and my team should be able to take down a Phoenix, no problem. It's much better for me to come back to the fight healthy. That way, if someone does show up, I can actually do something. If I'm on 3 health, you know, 1 basic attack from anybody would kill me. Now, I head down mid lane and try to get it pushing. Maybe we can kind of get a little split push going. Of course, I'm definitely not a split pushing hero, but I then go ahead and ward up Gold Fury. Bassette's here, and then their team ends up showing up. So, hey, we got to do something. We end up getting a 3-person grab there, and then I'm going to back up, get closer to my team. You know, we did survive that, and we actually didn't take a whole lot of damage there. So, but our Daji has gone in. Hopefully, you know, yeah, sure enough, she grabbed somebody. Let's make something happen. This is both their frontliners, so, you know, if we can take their frontliners out, this is going to be GG at this point. I go ahead and head in on Uller. We're able to, keep him stunned a little bit. Chalk goes down now. Hey, you know, we've already taken down their front line. Let's go ahead and grab Fire Giant now. You know, we got their front line down. Let's pick up Fire Giant. Now's the perfect time to do it. Unfortunately, my team, you know, they're pretty late to respond to that, but hey, we should definitely be picking up Fire Giant right now. Now, luckily, my team did end up heading over, and we're able to just burn down the Fire Giant. You know, this is huge. Taking out Fire Giant and getting Pyromancer, you know, that's absolutely huge. And, you know, from here, we can continue pushing. You know, we're doing very well at this point, and, you know, we've just got a huge presence. We're currently 4 and 29 assists. Oh, man. You know, we've been involved in quite a few of the team's kills, so, you know, I feel like we're having a pretty good presence, and we're just kind of waiting for something to happen. You can see I'm getting my ultimate ready. Daji ends up going in, so I'm going to ult as soon as people show up. We get a 3-man ult, and you can see we split the team up, and then we're going to hit them with that knock-up, and, you know, that huge play. And again, guys, you can see that displacement. You know, Daji really set that up, but I did have my blink. I was just kind of waiting for the right time. But hey, that's huge. And you can see here, I've got my ultimate. We're going to go in. I end up not being able to do a whole lot there, but that's quite all right. We're taking quite a few of these tower hits, but again, I've got that armor, so it's a lot less than it would be. And we're actually able to get quite a bit of work done. We end up taking down this Phoenix. You know, we got a 4-man kill, which is absolutely huge. And then we got a Phoenix in the process. You know, that's huge play. And I'm just kind of sticking around, making sure my team gets out. You can see we've still got a couple of teammates staying at the core, but, you know, that's quite all right. We're going to head over to this other Phoenix and start doing work on it. Now, we make a pretty critical error here, and, you know, this is me playing as the team. You know, there's 4 of us here. They're about to spawn back in. Someone shouts out, attack the Titan. So let's do it. Let's go for it. And, you know, you can see they spawn back in. And my team actually peels off, which was the right call. But, you know, someone says attack the Titan. I'm going for it. And you know, hey, it is what it is. We end up getting a very careless death there. But we've got a couple of Phoenixes down. So we'll be able to hopefully come back from this. Now, I think if all 5 of us would have concentrated on the Titan, we might have taken it down. You know, it definitely wasn't the best time to go for it. You saw they all spawned in right there. You know, but, yeah, that was a bad call on my part. But we end up spawning back in, and we head over to this duo lane, and look at this, guys. With that displacement that I have, you know, it's absolutely huge. We're able to take this Phoenix out pretty easily. And again, we're tanking the Phoenix. You know, the more I see my gameplay with that Emperor's armor, the more I realize, hey, it actually had a fairly decent impact in this match. And I don't know. I think if you're going to spend a lot of time diving towers, the Emperor's armor might definitely be worth it. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this Xin gameplay. Guys, he's so much fun to play. Someone told me to play him in the solo lane, so I'll try him out there next. But if y'all did enjoy, show me some love. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. Add me on Smite, guys. I'd love to play with y'all. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.